Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Jon Gosselin's ex is suddenly making headlines again, and the rumors swirling around her possible connection to the Real Housewives of New York City have taken both fans and critics completely by surprise. The whispers started off quietly, but as more and more sources come forward, it looks like there could actually be some truth behind the story. Imagine the buzz if one of Jon's former partners suddenly appears on one of Bravo's most iconic franchises, especially one as fiery and unpredictable as RHONY. It's not the kind of casting choice anyone saw coming, but that's exactly why it has captured so much attention. When the first reports broke, many people immediately asked the same question: why her and why now? Jon Gosselin's ex has lived a life that has, for better or worse, always been tied to the glare of public curiosity. The years of being linked to one of reality television's most controversial fathers brought both attention and baggage. Now, if negotiations are actually happening, she might be stepping into an entirely new spotlight, one that could reshape how people see her. The Real Housewives of New York has a reputation for blending old money, social drama, reinvention, and personal conflict. Bringing someone like her into that mix would undoubtedly spark fresh storylines and intense reactions. It's not hard to imagine the producers at Bravo weighing the pros and cons carefully. On one hand, a name connected to Jon Gosselin has instant recognition value. It pulls in an audience that might not even be traditional Housewives viewers, but who remember the years of public headlines surrounding Jon and his relationships. On the other hand, it risks turning the show into something that feels more like a crossover stunt. But if the negotiations are serious, then Bravo must believe she has the personality, the resilience, and the potential for drama that the franchise thrives on. Think about the timing, too. The Real Housewives of New York has been evolving. Cast shakeups, reboots, and attempts to capture both younger audiences and nostalgic fans have been ongoing. Inserting a figure like Jon's ex could give the show that jolt of unpredictability it needs. She doesn't come from the typical RHONY background of established Manhattan elites or high society fixtures, but that difference could be exactly what keeps the franchise feeling fresh. Imagine the tension between someone with her past and the polished image of certain longtime housewives. That clash alone could fuel entire seasons of entertainment. Fans who have followed her story know that she's no stranger to conflict. Her history with Jon, the ups and downs of their relationship, and the years of headlines about custody battles and personal drama prove that she's capable of holding her ground in difficult circumstances. If anything, those years in the public eye prepared her for the exact kind of environment that The Real Housewives is built on. Viewers want someone who will speak her mind, refuse to back down, and bring her own experiences into the mix without being intimidated. By that standard, she's practically tailor-made for reality TV round 2. The question many people are asking is what her angle would be if she joined RHONY. Would she try to rebrand herself, showing a more sophisticated, put-together image than what people might expect? Or would she lean into the drama, unafraid to throw shade and confront other cast members head-on? Both possibilities exist, and Bravo likely sees the potential in either direction. A redemption arc could be just as compelling as a full-on antagonist role, and reality television thrives when a character can blur the lines between sympathy and controversy. Another factor to consider is the personal motivation behind her interest in joining. After years of being connected to Jon and overshadowed by his reality TV legacy, this could be her chance to reclaim her own identity in front of a national audience. Instead of being defined as Jon Gosselin's ex, she could position herself as a central figure in a different reality landscape. That kind of reinvention is powerful, and many Housewives stars before her have used the platform to rebuild careers, launch businesses, or change public perception. Could she be eyeing the same path? It's highly possible. The negotiations themselves are shrouded in secrecy, but sources claim there have been multiple conversations. If true, it indicates Bravo is at least seriously considering the option. Networks don't entertain these talks unless there's genuine interest. That means somewhere in the casting team's brainstorming sessions, her name was not only raised but seen as viable. That alone is a fascinating insight into how the franchise is shifting. No longer is RHONY solely about old-school Manhattanites. It's now about personalities that can sustain attention, ignite debates, and spark social media buzz. She checks all those boxes. And let's not forget, Jon Gosselin himself has always been a polarizing figure. His ex joining RHONY instantly brings that connection back into the cultural conversation. Fans of reality TV thrive on interconnectedness. The idea that different shows, families, and personalities can collide across platforms. Whether intentional or not, having her appear on Bravo could reignite interest in Jon's own storylines, drawing in viewers who remember the chaotic years of Jon and Kate +8. It's the kind of indirect cross-promotion that networks dream about. Of course, not everyone is convinced this would be a good fit. Some fans argue that bringing her into the RHONY world cheapens the brand, turning it into more of a tabloid spectacle than the classy meets chaotic cocktail it's meant to be. Others believe it could alienate viewers who prefer the Housewives cast to come from established New York social circles. But at the same time, there are plenty of people who are eager to see fresh faces with messy pasts shake things up. Reality TV is never about pleasing everyone. It's about sparking conversations, and this casting move would definitely do that. Her potential arrival also raises interesting questions about how she would interact with the current cast. Would she bond with certain members over shared struggles, or would she immediately clash with others? Housewives audiences love watching those first-season dynamics, where a new cast member either finds allies quickly or becomes the outsider everyone loves to argue with. Given her strong personality and history, it's easy to imagine fireworks from the very first episode. There's also the business angle. Joining RHONY could open doors for her that go far beyond reality TV. Many Housewives stars have gone on to build product lines, write books, or become influencers in fashion, beauty, or wellness. If she's been waiting for an opportunity to launch her own ventures, this could be the perfect springboard. Viewers love a comeback story, and turning the page on her past with Jon by building a brand of her own could resonate with audiences who appreciate resilience. Another dimension is how Jon himself might react to the news. Even though their relationship is in the past, it's impossible to ignore the way his name will be pulled back into the spotlight. He's been relatively quieter in recent years compared to the height of his fame, but this could shift that balance again. Would he publicly support her new venture, remain silent, or push back against the renewed attention? The ripple effect on Jon's public image could be significant, even if he has no direct involvement. For viewers, the appeal lies in the unpredictability. Nobody knows exactly how this would play out, and that mystery is what fuels anticipation. Every time a controversial or unexpected cast member joins a Housewives franchise, it creates a moment of uncertainty that makes fans eager to tune in. Will she be loved? Will she be hated? Will she even last an entire season? Those questions keep audiences engaged, and Bravo knows how to capitalize on that curiosity. If negotiations do move forward, it's worth remembering that the Housewives platform is bigger now than it has ever been. Social media amplifies every storyline, every fight, and every personal revelation. Jon Gosselin's ex stepping into that arena would immediately trend, not just on Bravo fan accounts, but across celebrity gossip outlets and mainstream entertainment media. The built-in publicity machine practically guarantees she would be one of the most talked-about Housewives newcomers in years. Ultimately, whether she ends up holding an apple on the RHONY intro or not, the mere fact that negotiations are rumored shows how unpredictable reality television casting has become. Bravo is constantly searching for that balance of familiarity and surprise, and sometimes the best way to achieve it is by reaching outside the expected circles. Jon's ex might not fit the traditional mold, but that could be exactly what makes her irresistible to producers. Fans should brace themselves, because if this deal does go through, it could completely change the energy of the upcoming season. Old dynamics would shift, alliances would be tested, and viewers would be treated to a brand new storyline that blends tabloid history with Housewives drama. It's a gamble, no doubt. But in the world of reality TV, gambles often pay off in unforgettable television. So as the rumors swirl and fans speculate, the big question remains. Will Jon Gosselin's ex actually join the Real Housewives of New York, or will this remain one of those almost but not quite casting stories that get buried over time? Only time will tell, but one thing's certain, just the possibility has already sparked the kind of buzz that every reality producer dreams of. If the deal is signed, we're looking at one of the most surprising and potentially explosive additions the franchise has ever seen. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.